What's good? What's good? It's your boy Damien.
I'm Jazz.
Hey man, hey, and we're here today with the start of our YouTube channel. Awkward, right? So, really guys, we're really just gonna be discussing things about our life, vlogging different daily activities, and really just going over like everyday life with twins. Well, with 3 kids now, because we're parents of 3, and under 30. 3 kids under 30.
What? We under 30, the kids under 3.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? Having 3 kids under the age of 30.
3
wow.
under 3.
Wow. Under 2, really.
Well, yeah.
Because the girls are 2, you know? So,
she just made 2.
But really, man, today's topic is really going to be surrounded by having twins, right?
Or just having multiple kids.
Multiple kids
and
at
we
once.
can start off like, we had twins our first go around. Like, into parenthood, bam, 2 at once. Never got a sneak peek. Never got one to see if he liked it or not. So, I guess we can talk about that transition.
Yeah, for sure. So to really start things off, just give you guys a little bit background. We currently have 3 daughters. The twins, we have twins. They just turned 2 back towards the middle of May, and then we have a newborn that was born back towards the middle of March. So she's laughing because I just went to pick something up from the store. And I forgot the baby's birthday, so
I just wanted to see what he was gonna say when she was born.
Not even gonna give a date, just while I was in the middle. You can't be guys. You understand what I'm talking about, right? As long as we there, that's what matters. You feel me? So
I hear you.
yeah, but no, so like that's our story. Like we're parents, and like we're under the age of 30. We're into our careers. We have a home, we have dogs, right? We're the typical American family, as you could say, right?
Sure.
Really,
the
really
house,
are.
the dogs,
right?
The kids.
The van.
The yard. We don't have a minivan.
We need one. I'm telling you, all these kids. I tell them we're gonna get a utility vehicle. The Mercedes Benz, the big body one that allows you to sit like 12 people in there. That's what we need. Okay, for sure. But no, in all seriousness though, guys, it really just comes back to being like, how was it like going from not being a parent at all, not having any kids, to like having twins, right? Well, tell me a little bit. How did you find out? Like, what was that? What was that like for you?
Well, you know the story, but for you all, I was really, really sick with the twins, vomiting about 20 times a day, and at 6 weeks, I started to spot, which I learned that it can be pretty normal, but because I was so sick, I was afraid, and I went to the hospital, and they did an ultrasound, of course, because it's like, you're bleeding, you're pregnant, you're not supposed to, and there they were, two little babies, and I'm like, please don't find another one. That was like my first reaction. What was your reaction when
My reaction is actually, she actually recorded me, and I was like, Jazz plays all the time, right? She always jokes about stuff that you should not joke about all the time, right? And so like my first reaction was, there's no way that you're pregnant. Like, you are lying. I'm not sure if I came home for lunch or if I had just got off of work. I don't remember what it was, but she gave me a box. I'm sitting at the bed. She gave me a box. She was like, happy something. It's something they do in Chicago.
Sweetest day. Happy sweetest day.
Yeah. Some shit that they do up north. We don't do that down south. Happy sweetest day. I'm like, what the hell is this?
If you know what sweetest day is, go ahead and comment in our comment sections or like this video, letting us know, like, yeah, I'm with that.
Anyway, I'm like, dude, Valentine's like just happened. If you're trying to talk about Valentine's, that happened like 3 months ago. Why are you giving me, whenever it happened? It happened a while back. Long story short, I opened the box and there's like wrap, and then I go past the wrap and there's like little baby clothes. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do we have little baby clothes? And then I'm like, I look I look a little bit further in the box, and then she has the like 2 pregnancy tests, and it says, I'm pregnant. And I said, shut the fuck up.
Yes, literally.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. What song is that where they be like, shut the fuck up? I don't know, but
That's so crazy. I do not know, but I know what you're talking like. That's like a tag. It's a tag. So it's a tag by the producer. But like that was just so crazy in that moment, and I'm just like, I don't believe you. And she was like, I'm serious, and I'm like, I do not believe you. She said, I am serious, and I said, oh, well, let me call my mama.
literally.
So that's literally what I did. I FaceTime my mom immediately in that moment. And I'm like, Mom, Jazz is telling me that she's pregnant. And she was like, I am. And I was like, Mom, we having a baby. And she was like, ah! My mom is so southern. Yeah. She was like, oh, I'm going to be a grandmother. My baby having a baby. And so we were just like, moments of excitement. So I thought she was lying. So I really wasn't expecting to have an announcement, a party with my mom on the phone at that moment. So I was like, I gotta get off the phone with Mom. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't expecting to have that moment with her. At least not right now. You know what I'm saying? So it just really came back to me, okay, let me get off the phone with Mom. So I got the phone with Mom, and I was just like, I did not believe that you were telling the truth. Just did not believe it. But initially, it was one baby. Right. And then Jazz was like, man, I am not feeling well. Like, I'm thinking something might be wrong with the baby. I need to go to the doctor.
Right. And then I want to add that it was COVID. So I told you I was really sick. Most of my hospital visits, because it was COVID, were alone. So Damien got all the information secondhanded naturally. But yeah, so I told him, I went to the hospital, and I didn't want Damien to freak that I was about me spotting. But then I called him, like, he was at work, and I'm like, we're having twins. And what'd you say?
I'm like, why are you lying?
Exactly. Shut up, Jazz. Get off my phone.
Right? That's what I said. I was like, dude, get off my phone. Why? You play way too much. Because, guys, twins do not run in my family whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And I don't know any twins in her family. Because she don't have any twins, right?
And what's crazy is we have fraternal twins. And what the doctor explained is that it means that I hyperovulate. So that means that I produce more than one egg at a time. So it would have to run on my side, right? But yeah, it's crazy that it's not on neither one of our sides. Yeah. Here we are.
Not prominent at all, but we definitely have twins, and they came out, and like Jazz was in labor for an entire freaking day. And I'm just like, oh my God, could you please have these damn kids? I'm like, I am not a fan of hospitals, guys. I do not like hospitals. But I was trying to be as patient and supportive as possible in that situation, just because like her being in there and she like already anxious and enough emotions are going on, and just like, you know, just trying to stay calm, trying to stay relaxed, you know. And then my nerves of like being in a hospital, about to welcome kids. I'm like, damn, like I don't want to add on to it, but like I'm also like a little.
You were more nervous than me. You were all over the place. Like, you were, like, snapping on the nurse. And I have to tell you, like, bruh, like, calm down. It's not his fault. Like, he definitely, like, you would have thought that he was the one in labor.
What?
Yeah, I was nervous because, like, I was so big on, like, not having a C-section. So I was really nervous about that. But other than that, this guy right here, like, him... He was worse than me. Yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah. But we can save that for another day if you want to.
Yeah. Let's save that for another day. Right?
I want to talk about that here.
Nah. But in all honesty, the girls got here. They were healthy. Had a little scare with Madison, right? Mm-hmm. And so when she initially came out, there was no oxygen. Mm-hmm. She didn't have any oxygen. And so it was just like, you know, and then, you know, they got it. And I'm like, man, why y'all do that? So I want to slap them there. You know what I'm saying? Like, My nerves was just, it was a lot.
And they were born an hour apart. Well,
Yeah, I'm like, an hour apart. That's an hour, bro. Like 59 minutes and some seconds. I was gonna call it an hour. Like, it was one an hour apart. And so we, like, literally waited an entire hour for the twins to be born apart.
I was there laying on a table in the OR. And he's like, push. Everyone's like, push. And I'm like, I'm exhausted. Like, I just pushed out a whole baby. And now you want me to push out another
one, yeah. I need to call it. Another one.
Yeah.
We need you to do another one.
Did it.
And
then this guy was like kissing me the whole time. And I'm like, will you move? Like, how am I supposed to push? And like, you're trying to get me mouth to mouth, bro. Like, move. Like, it was just a lot. It was a lot.
But yeah, Madison came out first, so she's twin A. Mm-hmm. And then there was Madeline, who came out, an hour later, which is twin B. Mm-hmm. And those were our two healthy baby girls, right? Yes, definitely been a blessing. Headache all of that and what? These girls are, oh my God. Oh my God. So let's just talk about now, just having twins, coming home with the twins. Like, what was that like for you? What was that experience like for you?
Well, like we mentioned, it was a transition into motherhood, right? And I have these two babies, and like, here I am, and I love them more than everything, right? And I used to tell you that, like it's like my heart outside of my body, right?
Right.
But also, I was tired. Like, a bitch was tired. Do you hear me? Like, in the days. Can I not say that? Can I curse on YouTube?
I mean, hey,
my mom is gonna see this. That's what he's thinking. But anyway, I was tired. Like, in the days, didn't know if I was coming or going. The girls did not sleep. They didn't sleep at night. They didn't sleep during the day. I was tired. I think for the first 6 or 4 months, I probably got like 3 hours of sleep each night. Like, it was rough. And I remember like some days, like, just taking a walk with the girls, and here I am like in this daze, and I'm thinking like, I'm just going with emotions at this point. Like, I don't feel nothing. I know that I love these two beings. I know all about postpartum. I don't really think this is postpartum depression, but this is weird. Like, this is a weird state, right? And it was like, yeah, it was just a lot. What about for you?
I think me initially, being a father was a very, very big change, right? So for you, I would say, I'm gonna put it like this, guys. I'm from the South, so a lot of my traditions, a lot of my beliefs are very Southern.
Let's just put in a whole bunch of bleeps right here. Bleep, 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 bleep.
So like, we just move and operate in different spaces. But I also want to attribute, my lack of empathy, or my lack of caring, really, to like me being a guy. And biologically, you underwent the change of motherhood the moment you began to get pregnant. So right. You immediately started to think and care about those kids. Absolutely. Before I could even begin to.
Absolutely.
Because you were carrying them. Biologically, your body and your mind, everything started to adjust. Exactly.
There's no more going to the drive-through daiquiri shop. Like,
right. So everything immediately began to change for you. And you had time. You had 9 months of preparation to get ready to prepare for this. And to me, like, this just happened today. Mm-hmm. I'm a father, right? And my beliefs are like, well, women take care of the kids and men take care of the homes. And so I just believe I wasn't as how can I put this? I wasn't as nurturing as I should have been. Definitely initially. I wasn't there as much as I should have been. And when I say there, I mean I wasn't as active with helping take care and raise the kids, and just being there in those moments where you needed someone, right? You needed that person to be your partner, right? To help you with, feeding them or help you with changing them, right? I definitely did not change them any diapers initially when the kids were born. I am not going to lie about that. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I did was, my thing was washing the bottles. I did that really well. I did it really great. Washing and prepping the bottles, making sure I bought milk and having that stuff, I was great at that. But as far as being a nurturing father, I was a provider, right? However, that's not just what you guys needed. You guys also needed someone that was a nurturer as well, and that's something that I think that I've learned more so as time has passed, is that being a provider is great and that's okay. But at the end of the day, your kids are going to remember those moments and those memories that you create with them. Money can't buy happiness. And I mean that holistically. Like, no matter how much money you have, it cannot buy you happiness. It can buy things that can make you happy temporarily. But at the end of the day, when you have to lay down and go to sleep with yourself, that's where your demons or your inner thoughts really come at you, and are you truly happy?
Right.
And so that's just where it came to me, like, okay, damn, Damien, like, the girls have been here for a couple of months now, and like, you just haven't been there, you haven't been around, you haven't been as helpful as you needed to be. You honestly just haven't been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't been a good father. So, like, and just really coming to the actualization, I made a decision that, hey, I need to do better. I need to put on my big boy pants, and I need to eliminate the idea of a man should only be a great provider and a man cannot be nurturing, right? And so, like, that's where I began to undergo my change as a father. For sure.
I would agree with that. Like, now we're in this waist deep together.
Right.
And at first it was like, Damien was scared to get his feet wet.
I ain't jumping in that water.
I mean, and talking about the transition too, into parenthood and parenting twins first go around, that was a transition too for our relationship. I don't think, we knew that we were from like two different backgrounds and we had different cultural views, but I don't think that I applied it that much to where it was like, this guy thinks that he can do whatever he wants and Jasmine's on house arrest with 2 kids, so then like the friction came in our relationship where I was like, I'm a single mom, and if I'm gonna single mom this thing, I'm not gonna be 13 hours away from my family single mom, and then I'm gonna go back to the crib, And I would tell Damien that, and it wasn't a threat like, I'm gonna take your kids away from you because
she got a couple of diss songs because of that.
I definitely got some diss songs, but it definitely wasn't because of that. Like, my kids need a dad. They need their dad. I will never, like, even when they come home, they're like, Daddy, and to be honest, I've never had that, and I don't want to rob them of that, but also, like, at this moment,
they're like,
they go nuts when they see this guy. Like, I cook y'all food. I wash y'all clothes. This guy just takes y'all back in the back and play with the dog.
Wash clothes.
We wash
together.
I don't know. You haven't done my job in a long time. But anyway.
That's because your grandmother was here.
Exactly. He misses my grandma. But anyway, yeah. Oh, you made me lose my train of thought. Anyway, my kids needed a dad, so it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm threatening to take your kids. It's like, my mental health is important right now. And right now, transitioning from no kids to 2 kids, and no help because we were away from both of our families. Like, it wasn't like his mom was down the street and my mom was 13 hours away. His mom was 4 hours away and mine is 13. It's literally like just us 2 figuring it out, and so at that moment I was just like, I'm gonna be at peace. If I go home, I'll have some help. I ain't gonna feel like I'm ready to slap somebody. So that's just where we were. But now, I mean, we're rocking this stuff together.
I think the biggest thing with having kids, and not just, or having multiple kids, is working together with your partner, right?
Sure.
There's nights to where I wash I watch the bottles, she watch the kids, but no matter what, like regardless of whoever watch the kids, we get the kids dressed together. Yep. Right, so that's our thing, or while somebody's washing the kids, we're cleaning up the area that we were just eating in, which is the living room because we don't have a table. So and that's just working together as a partnership and helping each other out, and not just expecting one person to do it all. Right. Compared to initially, like my response would be me sitting on my ass and me expecting Jazz to wash the kids, put their clothes on, and also clean the area, and also, I would wash the bottles in that situation. That would be the only thing I would pretty much do. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, it really just goes back to being, helping each other out. At the end of the day, guys, when you have a child, you have that child together. And that's a responsibility that both parents must take seriously and must take on, together. And, yes, being able to provide for the child is one of the most important parts of being a parent. Yeah. But also being nurturing, being there for the child, being a part of their life is also very, very important and very pivotal in their growth, and how they grow up and, the ideologies and things that they learn. McKinley's moving a little bit. Let me adjust that. I'm back. But so man, it just really goes back to, making sure that, as parents, you guys are partners, and that, whatever you do, you try to do that cohesively, that you're on the same team, and that, no matter what, you got each other's back, and that's what it comes back to being, it's really like both of you guys playing tennis. It's doubles. We playing doubles. I'm Serena.
I'm like Will Smith, in the Fresh Prince. Balls just shooting out of control.
I'm like Serena Williams. But at the end of the day, just being honest, becoming a parent to a child is hard. Becoming a parent to multiple kids when you weren't a parent at all is extremely difficult. It's hard. And regardless of your ideologies or what you believe, it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard, 1 second. I'm back again. But so I really just believe, that's my standpoint on taking care of kids now, or raising kids, or raising twins. Yeah. For sure.
And I don't know, I try to remember that, right now we're raising little girls, but they won't be little girls forever. And kids pick up on so much, so just being like, and I don't want to put that pressure on us or myself either, but it matters to be a good example to them and speak affirmations and so much light into them, even though sometimes I'm exhausted. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't take this, sometimes one of the twins is crying, then McKinley starts crying, and then the other one is just being mischievous. And I could just sit back and only laugh because it's right now this is pure hell and chaos. But it won't last that way. And even though it's difficult, it's so worth it. It's so rewarding at the end of the day. And kids are so, to be honest and transparent, it sucks, but they're so forgiving. Our kids, they may get disciplined, yelled at or something, and then 2 seconds later they still want to be under you, And so I would just say, even though it's hard, I'm grateful that we were able to, witness this and be parents of twins. That's so special. And I didn't realize how special it was until we had the girls, because I was the type, I don't want kids. I don't want a dog. I don't even need a husband. Honestly, I was just so cool with doing this life thing solo, and I really my life is so full right now, and I'm so grateful for that. And I know Damien, he mentioned that, he wasn't as nurturing, but I do want to give him his flowers because he's a great provider. Our girls don't miss nothing. And then he's the girl dad to the girl, to the fullest. This man will buy the underwear if he has to. One day we were going to see Peppa Pig. He was out there buying purses for them. He's a girl dad.
bet. But no, I'll just say this before we get, before, we finish things up, man. And one of the biggest things, or most important things to me is that for me to be consistent, right? And that was one thing that I made the decision to do. That whenever my children see me, that I'm consistent, right? So every time they see me, every time I pick them up from school, every time I greet them in the morning and take them down for breakfast in the morning, every time they first see me, Daddy's on 10. Daddy energy is high. Daddy energy is great. Daddy's going to give them all the love, all the warmth that they need. And I'm looking at the kids, I'm like, hey! And I'm doing everything. Other kids are looking. I don't care. Other parents are looking. I don't care. I'm just giving them all the energy and all the love. Because I love my babies. They are my world. So that's one thing that I know that over time, they may not even notice it now, but they will notice later. Like, Dad was always smiling. Dad, every time Dad picks us up, every time we saw Dad had that same type of energy. And that's what I want to provide, right? You want to provide your children with a household of warmth and love. Right, and so just let them know that no matter what, right, no matter what the world handles you, no matter what the world gives you, you can come home and be loved, and no matter where you go, that you're loved, that somebody loves you. And to me, that's so important, especially for kids, especially for young black kids. You know what I'm saying? It's just providing a safe haven to where you could be your true self. Be your authentic you. That's one thing I'm always preaching on my personal channel. Make sure that you go follow me on there, Poetic Lamar. But be your authentic self. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Be true to who you are. Don't try to be nobody that you're not, right? And that's something that I didn't learn until I had graduated out of school and left for college. Like, this is years later. I'm 21, 22. To where I'm learning, okay, I wasn't even being myself. I was so busy trying to fit in and be a part of the it crowd that now, and that's, I guess what prepped me for being, made me want to make that adoption was that, you know what, Damien? Yes, you may have learned these beliefs and these ideologies from, growing up, but at the same time, is this the person, is this the man, is this the father that you want to be? And at the end of the day, that wasn't the person I want to be. I saw the impact that I was having, not only on just Jasmine, but on my kids. How difficult it was, how difficult things, the aura, the energy around the house. And that's not the space that I wanted to have in my home or in our home. So I was just like, you know what? I got to make this change. I got to make this adaptation. And that's exactly what I did. And I would never go back, right? And I definitely believe that if you're a man, you could be a great provider, but you can also be nurturing too. I have girls. How could I not be nurturing? Come on, man. I'm a girl dad. I have 3 girls. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, for sure. But I really don't have nothing else to say. What else do you have to say?
No, I think you hit it on the head. I think that was really powerful what you said. Just making sure that the girls know, hey, the world might be cold, but you have this unconditional love here.
Your support system is strong.
Facts, yeah.
Good job, Mom. Hey, man. Well, look, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Well, we really appreciate it. And until I come back. Well, I'm so used to doing it by myself. Until we come back to back. Ain't got nothing else to say, so that's just that.
That's gonna be his thing. I don't got no problem for that. Come on, let's practice.
Until I go back to back. I ain't got nothing else to say, so that's just that. You gotta back. It's like you boxing. That's where it come from. Back to back. I ain't got nothing else to say. Throw your hands up. I ain't got nothing else to say. So that's just
Cut
that.
Cut.
And then you like,